Hey, what's up everybody? Charlie here. Thank you so much for tuning in and checking out this video. I've gotten a lot of questions on the remote control bait boat recently. I actually have several of them. My cousin Jerry has another one. So what I want to do is do a quick little video of kind of some of the information that comes along with that boat, what the specifications and what can it do and how long the battery lasts and so on and so on. So as you know me, Charlie from River Chronicles, we're all about sharing information, letting others go where you go to fish, giving them stuff that they might need to fish, giving them knowledge. Because one thing that we're really proud of is ensuring that that we share that same feeling that when we're out there, you know, just having a blast and catching some beautiful fish, we want others to enjoy it as well, for you and your family members, not just us. So you know, just being humble and kind goes a long way. And hopefully you guys will like this video, and hopefully I'll answer your questions. If not, just shoot me a message and we can definitely get some answers for you. So what I'm going to show you with these two boats, they're actually a little different. I have two versions, one with a 1 hopper and one with a 2 hopper, so I'm going to show you that real quick. Alright everybody, so here's the two models that I actually own. This one on the left is the one obviously that I've been using quite a bit. It's kind of dirty there, so don't mind that mess. So all it is just a boat. It has 2 hoppers right here, and what happens, these open up and they pull your bait. They do have little slits right in there, which help you kind of just put your weight on there, and all your leader and all that stuff is right in there, and then you can take 2 baits at once if you like. And it has a single hand remote, which is pretty cool, pretty simple functions. Of course, up is going to go away from you. Now once you're coming back from dropping off your bait, everything's going to be in reverse, so you got to remember that's going to be actually coming towards you down. You have an OK button that uses to pair the device, the controller, to the actual boat. You have a left hopper and right hopper. Actually, I can show you that right now. So the left button actually opens the left hopper. The right button opens the right hopper. So that is pretty cool. And we also have lights. You won't be able to see them right now, and that's the up button. Very simple to operate, extremely easy. Now the second model that we have here is a little bit more complicated. If you look, it only has 1 hopper, right? So you carry, this one can carry up to 4 pounds, that one carry up to 5 pounds of actual bait. So this one only has 1 slit there, if you can see it. The difference between those, obviously you see the remotes. So this one on the right here actually has a GPS. So when I turn the control on, you'll be able to have a compass on that little screen right there. There's a compass as well as a little meter that tells you exactly how far you've traveled from the shore. It's pretty cool. You can actually set waypoints, and I think it's up to 4. And what it does, it'll take your bait automatically out there to whatever point that you selected and drop your bait off, and it'll come back. Now the difference, one of the major differences which I like, is this one, even though you have to use 2 hands to control it, if your batteries are running low, you can actually program it so it can return to back to its initial launch point by itself. So that's pretty cool. So give me a second, I'll set them in the water and I'll kind of keep them close, and I'll show you what it kind of looks like in the water. And later on in the video you'll see some clips from from the drone footage, actually deploying the boat out and deploying some bait as well. So alright, stay tuned. Alright, so here we're going to send off the one that I've been using the last few days for fishing. So it has a little on switch here. Just turn it on, turn your remote on. What I do, I just always kind of test it before it goes off. And I set her in, and what's so easy with this is that you just control it with 1 hand. So go right, left, and it has an automatic cruise control. So as soon as I bring that back around, so the way cruise control works, it has a button on top here, so when you're pushing up, push that and it automatically goes. And you can still guide it to the right or to the left, wherever you want to send it to. And the way you deploy your base, and to stop the boat out, to get off of cruise control, you push the button again, and it just kind of coasts until you grab it. So it does have reverse. Doesn't work that well, so, but it does have it. So if you look at the hoppers there, I'm gonna pop the left side open, and then the right side. So what it does, it actually throws your bait out for about a foot and a half behind it. So it is pretty cool. And I've sent up to 3-pound baits, as well as Santee Cooper rigs, stuff with floats on them. So it is a very cool little boat. Now this boat, one major question that I keep getting is the battery power. How long does the power last? It says it can last up to 4 hours. Now here's the thing, depending on the conditions, depending on how big your bait is, I think that actually determines how long you have with your battery. So what I do is that I actually have a power bank that I own, and it has AC outlet on it. So I just take it and I can recharge a battery for about 30 minutes for 1 bar on the power bank, and the power bank has four bars, so it's pretty cool. And there she goes. In a little bit I'll show you what the other one looks like. The other one's a little bit trickier, but all right, so here's the second one. Of course, the second one is with the 1 hopper, and you turn it on the same way. The only difference is the control, 2-handed. Now this has GPS, so unlike the other one, you have to calibrate it once it's in the water. So the way you do that is you have to send it out. See how it's not calibrated? It kind of wants to do its own thing. So you take it out to about there. Raise the camera up a little bit. And once the calibration process actually starts, which I'm gonna start now, what it's gonna do, it's gonna make a circle to the right or to the left or vice versa. And what it's doing is actually programming, if you can see that, the GPS there. And you'll see the boat right here. So I know the sun's a little strong. See, it already made 1 circle to the right, and it's going to make 1 to the left. In a second. And then what the remote does, it actually beeps, informing you that the calibration is done. Then you have to hit a button on here to get out of that mode. What I've noticed in the difference of the 2 boats, this was definitely faster, and it only has 1 hopper, so you can put a pretty much larger bait on there. So if you can see that, it completed his left turn, and it should be calibrating. You see the compass, and now if I hit straight up, which is up, it should go in a straight direction. And the way you turn, you just use your joysticks. Pretty simple. I'm gonna bring her in real quick. So y'all can see the hopper in action. The driving gets a little bit more confusing with this one, but with practice, you know, and go wrong. So we can see the hopper here. And here goes the hopper. See that? Pretty nifty. Okay, and on the points that I was telling you earlier, you can set an anchor point. So I just set, so I'll click OK and whatever number I want, and it'll save it. But it can only do it once that GPS signal's on. So if you see there, as the boat, oh, actually it's trying to calibrate here. Okay. All right, so if you look at there at the little counter, it actually tells you how far the boat's going out in meters. Hopefully you can see that. So that is pretty neat. So right now I'm showing 7 meters, 8 meters, 9 meters. And it has a range. It says up to 500, but it says 400 to 500. So you might want to be careful with that. So I'm 20 meters away and it's going just straight across. But you get the idea. So I'm gonna bring it back real quick. And the other thing, if you're almost out of power, that last point, which is 4 obviously because you want it to return home, it would come back home on its own, so that's pretty neat. Alright, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a big risk. I'm gonna send the camera on the boat. It's just attached with a magnet because there's no anchor points on the boat, but we'll see what happens.